What's up, guys? It's your boy Diz the Wiz, the coolest nerd you ever want to meet, and today's video is going to be a little different. First off, I just want to say thanks for all the continued support on everything I've been dropping as of late. As you know, I finally hit 1K subs, and I'm happy as hell about it. So to celebrate, I asked you guys to drop your wildest Marvel Rivals hot takes, mainly because this is the content that really gave my channel the spark that it needed to grow, and because I wanted to hear more of you guys' opinions and not just get mine off all the time, you know? So today, I'm just gonna go over some of the best and funniest hot takes you all had to offer, and just kick back and have a little fun with y'all. So no script today, no fancy editing, I just want to give y'all my raw reactions.
Pause.
But before we get started, make sure you all drop me a like as it really helps out the channel. And also don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell if you're new here. Alright, that's enough of that. Without further ado,
give me my darn theme music!
Alright y'all, so the first hot take comes from my boy Broshima Gaming. First of all, shout out to you, bro. That's one of my biggest supporters on Instagram, TikTok, and just an all-around cool ass dude, you know, so shout out to him. He also just started a Twitch channel too, so I'm gonna leave that in the description below. But his hot take says, Scarlet Witch players take no skill to get their kills and thinking they're better at the game.
What?
Niggas learn how to type, bro. And also, Bucky should have more than just 3 bullets, and I stand on that. Okay, so I kind of got a little bone to pick with Scarlet Witch players too, because a lot of them do got a lot of mouth. I don't know what it is about Scarlet Witch players, but they're some of the biggest shit talkers on the game who aren't like Spider-Man players, you know what I'm saying? But as far as the other point with Bucky having more than just 3 bullets, as a Bucky main, I feel that shit, bro. Like lately, because the flying meta is kind of taking over, I've been playing a lot of Punisher, and with him, you know, he got that assault rifle, so he can get a lot of shots off, not even necessarily having to be the best at like aiming or anything. But with Bucky, if you miss them 3 shots, you're not gonna do shit. Like, I know there's a lot of people who cannot play with Bucky because he lives and die by those shots. I really hate that they took away my ammo overload with Rocket, bro. Because I'm telling you, every time I had a Rocket in the game, I would chop down a tank like it was fucking nothing, bro. So I really miss that as well. But yeah, Bucky should have more than just 3 bullets. I don't care what none of y'all say. But to be fair, even though I feel like Bucky should have more than 3 bullets, his firepower is actually really goddamn strong. So I think if they gave him like 6 bullets or like 7, 8, it might be a little too OP for people, you know? I don't see y'all complaining about Hella. Her shit strong as hell and she get like 12 of those, so I don't want to hear it.
You raggedy bitch.
Alright, next. This one comes from Fatalo Greenskin. I hope I didn't slaughter your name, my brother. But it says, hot take, Luna Snow should have been replaced with Dazzler. I don't necessarily disagree with that, but I like Luna Snow as a character, honestly, even though she's really new and a lot of people, like, their first introduction to Luna Snow is in this game. But I will be honest with you, I never really cared for Dazzler either, so I really can't take either side of the argument, you know? This one comes from Ralph Boner 321. That name is crazy. But it says, Iron Fist is a waste of a ban pick in rank. My team ruined the rank up match for me just because they banned him instead of Spider-Man yesterday. I'm still hurt, but congrats on 1K, man. Hey, bro, thanks for that, bro. I really appreciate the support. You know what? I actually fully agree with that. Iron Fist is not as bad as people think. I really hate when people ban him in comp, bro, because like Iron Fist, yeah, he can fight and get hella punches off, but because he's a brawl type of character, he got to get up close and personal to people. Again, I know he can do that block shit that makes him more tanky, but as a DPS, bro, if you get the right one, especially like, again, like I say, like I play Bucky a lot, I can crack the shit out of an Iron Fist easy. I don't care who's playing them. You know what I'm saying? So Iron Fist to me is a waste of a ban pick. Now Spider-Man on the other hand, he's fucking annoying. Like, I've lost whole ass games just because Spider-Man is just hard as hell to hit and nobody ever wants to take responsibility for him. People just ignore him on the field a lot of the time, you know? So yeah, that shit can be annoying, but thanks for the comment, bro. I really appreciate it.
Don't mess with the amazing Spider-Man!
Oh, look who didn't hit nobody, motherfucker.
And my last one comes from Ace Gino 06. He's another one of my biggest supporters, man. You always commented on my shorts and videos, bro. I see you, dog. The hot take says, supports don't get enough love in comp. They've made it almost impossible to rank up quickly as a support main. I think they're really kind of changing that lately, but you're not wrong. It's really hard to cause like a huge impact on the scoreboard as a support, you know, unless you're playing like a Cloak and Dagger or somebody. Like, I don't see it as really like impossible to rank up. As a matter of fact, if you're a good support, you should be winning most of your comp matches, you know what I'm saying? I will say, like at the start of like season 2.5 when they released Ultron, a lot of people use him just to farm. Like, they farm MVPs and he gets off a lot of passive healing and he can do hella damage with that beam. And if you got an Iron Man on your team, it makes it damn near impossible to focus on both of them. So I've seen like a lot of Ultrons, they've been getting a lot of love in comp mode. That's why Iron Man is getting banned all the time. Yeah, I don't necessarily agree with that one if supports don't get no love in comp. Let me know what y'all think of that in the comments though. HG, no, I appreciate you, bro. Thanks again for commenting. I really didn't get a lot on YouTube, to be honest, and I think it's because I don't really post on the community page that often. So my posts don't really go around like or short of how like my videos do. So, but to offset that, I dropped the same post on the Marvel Rivals Facebook page that I'm following, and a lot of people commented on it. So I'm gonna go from there and let's get to it. The first one comes from Capital Murder. It's a simple one too. It says, getting the gold ain't hard. I mean, I gotta fully agree with you, bro. It's really not. Me and my friends, we all got like 9-to-5 jobs and we really play like casually. Y'all know, when I talk, I like giving my opinions and advice and shit, but I've never claimed to be like a Marvel Rivals guru or like a top 500 type of player. So I'm just saying, getting the gold, we could do that shit in like a day. And we all got full-time jobs and everything, bro. Like, it's really not that hard. So if you find yourself hard stuck in like silver or bronze especially, bro, you got to go back to the drawing board and practice. And I think that's a problem. A lot of motherfuckers don't practice these days. A lot of y'all just jump on the game, just want to jump in and automatically be good because you watch some YouTube videos, and it don't work like that, bro. You got to take that knowledge and use it for practical skill. You can read a math book cover to cover, but you're not going to be a mathematician just because you read it. You have to go practice, you know? But yeah, Capital Murder, I agree. Getting the gold is not hard at all. Next one from Dan Jones. It says, same people moan about dive being meta, now moaning about flying meta when poke is the real meta but needs aim. You know what? I think the people who really complain about dive meta are people who have like no idea how to do it themselves. Because I will say dive is a hard ass meta. Like Spider-Man is a part of the dive meta and he's a tough ass character to play. I think maybe the easiest divers are like the tank divers like Captain America and Venom. But that flying meta was a bitch though. Like I played teams this season where it was Johnny Storm on the team, fucking Storm, Aurora Monroe's ass, she was on the team, Ultron and Iron Man. So if you got 4 different flyers on the team, I'm just saying you better know how to aim, because if not, you're gonna get your ass folded, bro. But you said poke is the real meta but needs aim. And that's the thing, like the flying meta wasn't that bad to me because, not tooting my own horn, but I can actually aim a little bit. So like if you picking flyers in the sky, I'm picking Punisher or Hella fast as hell and knocking your ass out the sky. So yeah, poke is a good meta, but yeah, you definitely need to know how to aim. And if you don't, you're not poking.
Pause.
Okay, next from Evelyn Fazingo. Sorry if I ruined your name there. It says the Ultron event is fun for people who actually understand it, and the people who openly complain about it simply don't understand it. If they understood it, they'd have fun. Most people don't know there's 2 guidebooks that explains everything, a shop to trade out characters, and much more behind the game mode. You know what? I agree with this one, but it's not for the reason that you think. I understand the game mode, and I did get a couple of rounds of it when it was going on. Like, if you're into strategy games, I can see that really being your shit. But my one problem with that game mode was that it was a really big time commitment. Like, the first time I played it, I didn't know that the match could go like 45 minutes. Like, I made the mistake of playing it, and I had some shit to do that day. So I had to like prematurely leave the match, and I know the person I was playing against was pissed, or they were happy because I think that's an automatic win. I don't know. That mode wasn't like bad or anything. I think it was a really fun one. The people who were complaining about it being bad though, yeah, they definitely just didn't understand it. Next, from Elvin A. Matos Tezanos, shout out to you. It says, Magic is still viable.
Or tell us something we don't know, motherfucker.
Bro, viable ain't even a word. Magic is a fucking dog. You know what's funny? When I'm in comp mode, I'm surprised that Magic don't get banned more. I've seen people do shit with Magic, bro, that'll give like any regular support PTSD. The only thing is that because Magic is like a dive brawler, you gotta get up close and personal to people to really do damage. But unlike people like Iron Fist, she has those portals and that dash so she can get away, you know? And like I said, if you play Magic, you just gotta make sure that you do that shit with no fear. Because the really great Magics that I see, that's exactly how they play. They're just not scared. But yeah, viable not even the word. Magic is a beast if you really know what you're doing. As a matter of fact, after I get my first support lord, I'm probably gonna end up learning her. So watch out, goddammit. All right, next it says Jeff is 100% better. I wouldn't say 100%, but I do like the fact that he can't swim underground forever no more, you know? Shit, I'm not saying that Jeff was like super OP, but that shit right there definitely needed to get nerfed. All right, next from Matt Huffer. It says the Thor rework made him still useless. I think you might have typed that wrong, but I don't think Thor before or even after the patches has ever been useless. It's some beast-ass Thors out there, you know? And it's because he's more of a brawler tank as well. Like the same rule that I had with Magic. If you play him and you're not scared to actually fight, you could be a beast with Thor, bro, for real. I think they're about to rework him too for the new season. So his like lightning rune awakening move, you can cancel that now at any time. So you won't get stuck in that animation and be a bullet bag for people who shooting at you. You know what I'm saying? And people think that because you play tank, you don't really have to aim because they got big hitboxes. But nah, bro, if you know how to aim with a tank, you're gonna be the most effective person on the field. Because with that lightning rune awakening, Thor can 3-shot people with that shit. And a lot of people I don't think understand that. So Thor is definitely not useless. I think even before or after the patches.
I said, whoever threw that paper, your mom's a hoe.
The next hot take comes from Eric Festa. It says, dive is still viable. It definitely is. I think you could probably make an argument that it's a little less viable because of the flying meta, and it's really hard to dive on flyers because they're in the fucking air all the time, you know what I'm saying? But that's the only time that I think dive isn't really viable. But other than that, anybody else is food, especially if you got healers on the ground. That's my one drawback to playing Mantis. Even though I love like her kit and what she can do, Mantis doesn't really have any get out of jail free cards. The only thing she has is the sleep spores. But if you get past that, especially if you got like 3 divers, I'm gonna fucking die, you know what I'm saying? So dive is definitely still viable. I think it's just depending on who you're playing against. Next one comes from Ian Molina. It says, Hawkeye's gameplay is straight up stupid, and even worse with his last Luna team up. Hawkeye putting them arrows in your ass, ain't he, boy? Hawkeye tagging you to fuck up, that's all that is. Hey, the funny thing, y'all, I'm really not a Hawkeye player. I want to learn him, though, but I'm gonna be honest, my aim is decent, but it ain't that damn good. I feel like to really be viable with Hawkeye, you gotta have some cracked ass aim, bro. I think you saying this straight up stupid just mean that you've been getting fucked up by Hawkeye. And hey, if that's the case, I get it, bro. I be mad too when I'm in comp and I gotta play against a good ass Hawkeye, and not only do I gotta fight these other characters, but I gotta dodge arrows all day. Even though they nerfed Hawkeye since season 1, he can still get that one shot off, so y'all be careful out there. But yeah, with that Luna team up, I'm glad they just announced for season 3 that they're gonna nerf that. So he's still gonna be able to freeze you with Luna, but you won't be frozen as long. Cause people know that's the last thing that Hawkeye needs is a standstill ass target. If you frozen for even half a second, Hawkeye can end you fast. So yeah, I would say his gameplay is stupid though, bro. Just learn to counter him. It'll be fine.
I think we need to move Lonzo.
That ain't no problem.
Huh?
All right, next comes from Gary Miller. It says poke meta is boring. I can't agree with that all the way, bro. I mean, the only character in the game who I for real feel is boring as hell is Magneto.
What the fuck you talking about?
And it's crazy because I know he's one of the best characters in the game. Like, I've played with and played against some real crack Magnetos. As a matter of fact, I got a gameplay video of this one Magneto who I had to see when I was playing Iron Man, and he was busting my fucking ass. Like, all game, he kept countering my ults. He kept blocking my shit. Like, everything was crazy. So I know Magneto is a great pick, especially like if you're trying to play the counter game and poke, but other than that, he's the only character to me that's like that, that's boring. You know, if I'm playing Punisher, I'm having a whole lot of fun. If I'm playing Hela, I'm having a whole lot of fun. You know, who else is in poke meta? You got like Hawkeyes, and I guess you could probably argue Mantis and Ultron. Yeah, I wouldn't say poke is boring, but certain characters in poke are boring to play. But yeah, that's all I got to say about that. The next one comes from Matej Winyarsik. I hope I didn't slaughter your name. I probably did. But it says Emma got buffed. You know the one thing that Emma's buffing around here?
This dick.
I'm sorry. I had to get that off. You know what though? I'm actually mad that the next season 3 patch, they're about to nerf the hell out of Emma. So all that diamond form damage that y'all was doing and that survivability, you gotta be a lot more careful now. So for all my Emma mains out there, be warned. I don't know though. I don't agree with her getting nerfed, but she was definitely strong as hell. And to me, she was one of the best tanks on the game. So hey, that's just my opinion. Shout out to Emma, her fine ass. All right, next one is from Sharon Shay Shay. It says, I'm still having fun, even if I'm not the fondest of Jeff's changes. Hey, first of all, shout out to you, Sharon, for still having fun. I think a lot of people forget in this game that is the most important aspect. Too many people get caught up in their ranks and the metas and all of this extra shit. Bro, just have a good time playing your game, bro. That's the essence of gaming. When I'm playing with friends, win, lose, or draw, we always having a good time. So yeah, remember to have fun. All right, but to get to your Jeff comment, you say you're not the fondest of Jeff's changes. You know what? I'm gonna be honest, neither am I really. Like I said earlier, I'm glad that him swimming underground forever, I'm really glad that shit got nerfed. To me, that shit was unfair because that little shark fin is hard as hell to hit. Even now, like him swimming underground, it's still hard as hell to hit, and he could just keep healing himself and blowing bubbles and all of that shit. Jeff needed to get nerfed. But the one thing that I will say is that I wish his primary, that would have stayed as just healing completely, and his secondary, those little bubbles that he shoots out to damage people, I wish he could shoot as many of those as he needs to before, a reload. I don't think there was anything wrong with that in particular, but the swimming underground shit had to get nerfed. But again, Sharon, shout out to you because at the end of the day, you're having fun, and that's what it's all about. The next comment is from Han V. Alexander. It says, something is wrong with Invisible Woman.
Boy, if you don't...
Like what, bro? You gotta elaborate. You said something is wrong. Like what? Her ass not clapping enough for you or something, bro? Like, like you really gotta elaborate on these, bro. But I fully disagree as a Sue Storm player myself. I love Invisible Woman. Don't change shit. As a matter of fact, her and Mantis, who happen to be my two supports, are both getting buffed for season 3, and I'm happy as hell about it. So, suck on that. Anyway, moving on. All right, guys, these next ones aren't from any post that I left on any pages. I just grabbed these out the air because I just thought they were really funny when I saw them and I wanted to react to them. So let's get to the first one. This is from an anonymous participant. It says, if you think Ultron can two-man heal, you're throwing.
Man, what the fuck is you talking about?
What the fuck was that?
I'm sorry, man. I wasn't thinking about it.
Bro, Ultron's passive healing is fucking crazy. I'm gonna be honest, bro. I think that some of y'all don't understand the simple concept of survivability, bro. Some of y'all use your healers like a crutch. I get it that it's their job to heal you during the game and all of that, bro. But some of y'all walk around like they're just obligated to do that shit and there's not health packs around, bro. Use some of those shits from time to time. You know what I'm saying? When I'm playing support, I want to do damage too sometime, you know? I shouldn't just be throwing daggers at your back the whole game. And if I'm Ultron, I shouldn't have to drone you the whole game, you know? But I'm not gonna say that you're throwing if you do that. Yeah, it's no telling. I disagree with that completely. Ultron can definitely two-man heal. As a matter of fact, if you two-man healing with Ultron, you're probably gonna get MVP, so
Congratulations, nigga.
all right, next one comes from Dexter Atmore Jr. It says, normalize swapping characters when you're 0-6. Hey, bro, I'm gonna take that shit a step further and say when you're 0-4, if you die like 4 straight times, fuck it, let's go a little further. 0-3. If you die 3 straight times at least, and you see that your character's not doing nothing, putting no pressure on the team, it's time to swap, dog. I don't know if you gotta go healer or DPS or whatever, but yeah, some of y'all just don't believe in swapping at all. And it's mainly DPS players who act like this. Like I talked about this in my last video, but bro, normalize swapping for real. Like if you getting that ass beat, bro, switch characters. It's not hard. Shout out to you, bro. Good take. All right, this next one comes from Justin Anderson. It says, I'm genuinely confused why Penny is a permaban, even with the team up. It just makes Penny slightly more annoying to deal with. I'm not a Penny main, but damn, it's really a waste of time when Iron Man, Hulk, Emma, and even Captain America are more suitable decisions. Or am I just ignorant? Currently in Diamond 3. I wouldn't say that you're ignorant, bro. I agree with you as well. I also don't think that Penny is a good permaban, even though in most matches, her and Spider-Man are like the main two that people go for whenever it comes to bans. And lately, I've been seeing a lot of Iron Man bans too, but that's neither here nor there. Penny is annoying to deal with because of those Spider-Mines, but if you want to stop that, like with the Rocket team up, I think Rocket is a more viable ban than Penny herself. If you ban Rocket, not only do you get rid of that team up with him and Penny, but you also get rid of his ult. I've seen his ult save games, bro. That enjoy the amplifier shit, when the team is really enjoying the amplifier, they become pretty much unkillable, bro. Straight up. So, all right, this next one comes from Victor Odigier. It says, if you ban any healer, you're not suited for competitive play. You should be playing quick match. How can you be so unskilled that you're afraid of healers? Oh, man, bad take, bro. This is as the kids say, an L take.
That shit is fucking trash, dog. Get the fuck off the airwaves.
Oh, come on, man.
Not even trying to dog on you, bro, but certain healers in this game are straight up baby food, like get out of jail free cards for certain teams. You know, you could be beating the team's ass all game, and as soon as you see a good cloak and dagger pop of us against the world, now you and the rest of your team is fighting on your back foot. So I'm not mad at banning certain healers. Like I said, I just mentioned you can ban Rocket if you want to get rid of him and the Penny team up. I'm not mad at that at all, you know? Yeah, I think you're weak as hell if you banning people like Mantis or like Loki. But even the Loki bans, I see why people ban Loki, bro. Like, I've seen Loki carry teams with his rune powers. That's damn near an alt within itself. Like, I've seen him completely counter alt just with the runes, not even him doing the your powers are mine thing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm definitely not mad at people banning healers. As a matter of fact, it could give you a big strategic advantage. That's what the banning shit is for. You know what I'm saying? I'm not mad at other people doing it for a strategic advantage, but to me, like, you should be able to learn the game without feeling the need to ban anybody, you know? However, if you ban a healer, that doesn't mean that you suck, okay? Just let that be known. But yeah, it'll take, bro.
Little dumb motherfuckers.
This next one actually comes from a really funny meme that I saw. It says, Jeff of the Waterfall, what is your wisdom? Jeff says, if you choose to lock the third DPS, you have no right to complain about heals because your one tank is absorbing so much damage that it takes both healers pocketing to keep them alive. A problem that wouldn't exist if you had a second tank. Jeff of the Waterfall, your wisdom knows no bounds, my friend. And I'm gonna be honest, that's my favorite construction of a team. One tank, 3 DPSs, and 2 healers. Because I just think depending on the skill of your DPS, you can get a lot more shit done. That one tank is most likely getting pocketed the whole game. So yeah, you're gonna have to depend on some health packs, my friend. If it's one thing that I wish DPS players would learn, it's survivability, bro. You gotta learn how to keep yourself alive and learn how to win some one-on-ones too, bro. You can't use your healers like a crutch, you know? Your tank needs that so they can be that body that's taking damage in front of the team, you know? That's how you play strategically. But yeah, fully agree. Team should be 2 tanks, 2 DPS, and 2 healers, but you know, in Marvel Rivals, niggas gonna do what they wanna do. So if you're lock a third DPS, shut the fuck up about heals, all right?
When I'm hurt, these will help restore my health.
I got one more, and this is for the new season. It says, if you never played X-Men Legends, then you have no right to insta-lock Phoenix. I couldn't agree with that shit more, bro. Some of y'all kids on Marvel Rivals, y'all don't know shit. Y'all ain't never played Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2. Alright? Y'all some little niggas, bro. But yeah, no, X-Men Legends, if you've never played that game is fun as hell. Look up some gameplay on YouTube about it, man. Damn, you took it back with that one. X-Men Legends, I haven't played that since I was in like fucking high school, bro. I'm in my 30s now, so yeah. But yeah, you have no right to insta-lock Phoenix, you goddamn babies. So don't try it. If you've seen Phoenix's gameplay, a lot of it looks really, really fun. So I can't wait until she drops into the game. And yeah, I can't wait to learn how to counter that bitch because she's gonna be crazy.
You are nothing!
Well, that looks like my last hot take for the day, guys. So you know what that means?
Oop, no clip. Oop, thought we had a clip. Nope, okay.
Nah, but thanks for coming through as always, guys. What are some of your wildest Marvel Rivals hot takes? Whatever they are, make sure you drop them in the comments to this video, and if I get a lot of them, I'll make sure I do a part 2 for you guys. But again, thanks for all of the support. I've been working on this channel for some years now, and I finally feel some of the hard work starting to pay off. But I couldn't do any of this without you all. So again, thanks for being such a dope community. I really mean that. But if you're new here and want to stay in tune to the madness, make sure you hit that subscribe button for me and also the notification bell. And also be sure to set your notification bell to all. I'm also going to leave links to all my social media pages in the comments. Oh, and lastly, make sure you follow the Discord channel too. I'm still pretty new to it, but I'm trying to grow the community so everybody is welcome as long as you're not a weirdo. But anyways, guys, I've been Diz the Wiz, the coolest nerd you ever want to meet, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.